Come on! Yes!
Working on my flow cooler got me thinking, wouldn't it be awesome to have some sort of device that you can use to make instant popsicles? Working on that thing made that idea actually seem quite reasonable. So to get some sort of start on this project, I went into a store and got some reference popsicles to gather a little bit of inspiration. So this was the idea. I would just 3D print a double-wall pipe and fill some propylene glycol in the space between those walls. I put that thing in the freezer, and whenever I feel like getting a nice freshly made popsicle, I just get it out, pour some juice in it, and be done with it.
The basic design was a printable double-wall pipe, okay, but I also needed to add a layer of insulation on the outer side so its freezing power doesn't, dissipate into the air.
Now it's important to optimize the cylinder for surface area. This is because the more of the cylinder is exposed to the cold, the faster the thing will freeze.
Looking at this chart, it's quite obvious that the larger the radius and consequently the smaller the height, the smaller the surface area, until it turns around. And what I want is a big surface area to cool the water faster. Mostly by guessing, I decided to roll with this option. Radius 1 cm, height 16 cm, which equals a surface area of 106.28 square centimeters.
Have you ever heard the word conical? It essentially means that you design something wider at the base than what it is at the top.
Applying that design principle right here, I made sure that I have no friction and no suction issues when trying to get the ice out.
Lastly, I needed to prevent that thing from exploding. Frost wedging. It essentially means that water, when it freezes, expands, and when it's, for instance, captured inside a rock, it makes the rock go boom boom. And if I don't want that thing to go boom boom in my freezer, what I need to do is to compensate that by giving it the capability to expand. So I printed a TPU base, which I will just glue to the base using resin. Enough talking, let's start making. The last thing I did was give the inside of that thing a coating with food-safe epoxy to make double sure that first of all no propylene glycol leaks into my ice, and of course to smoothen out the surface and make sure that the ice releases from the mold easier. And with all that being done, it was time to just dump it in the freezer. Alright, let's test this. I got this thing just out of the freezer. It's been in there for a day at negative 18 degrees Celsius. This iced tea here is the liquidy, just comes out of the fridge. Let me pour a little bit in there. Okay. Now, I'm going to stir it for a little bit. And now, I'm just going to set this in there. Alrighty, we are at 20 minutes. Waiting any longer would be sort of useless. By now the level of the iced tea has risen all the way to the rim of that thing. Ah, good. Okay. Now to pull this out. There's quite a bit of suction on it, but woohoo! Yeah. Look at that bad boy. 20 minutes, well, maybe a bit long, but that works. Yeah. Yep, tastes like ice.